Okay, so these these are my best hiking buddies so far. Okay, don't be jealous, everybody else. Look at me, Gaslight. Oh, so good. We're taking an official break. Yes. See how he sets up the hammock and everything, like, and this one, bedroll, total official break. This is what a break is. I don't often know what this is, but it's kind of cool. I might implement them myself. Okay, I have got to show you this shelter, though sadly, it is too soon for me to stay here. I am not able to quit for the day here, but look at this. There is, look at the seating, okay? This is the fire pit. Never before. I mean, this almost competes with the Fontana Dam Hilton. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's got a grill you can grill food on over there. Like barbecue grill thing. And a bear box. But the best part, look at this. It's like a house. It's like somebody's log cabin.
This is, in Salt Lake City, this would run 500.
Yeah. Without a fourth wall. So here is the inside. I mean, this thing, the people who built this love this. They clearly love this. Look at this. Is anybody in there using the shop? Look at this. There has to be. Look at. This is a never before, okay? Well, I'm sorry, you're right, Fontana Dam Hilton. But seriously. Oh my gosh. Vaulted ceilings. I can't. And then, okay, it's got a ladder to get you to the second floor so you don't have to risk your life. Well, you kind of do. This is steep. But we've hiked steeper. Okay, then there's a locked, like, owner's closet. An owner's closet for upkeep. And then, check this out. A clothesline for drip dry. Now, we don't know what quite is over there. Not sure. Is it a bathroom? Is this like the privy over there?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Air conditioning needed.
Air condition needed. This is insane. I almost think it's a tragedy not to stay here. Oh, wow.
You could probably put this, I have no idea, I'm just making up numbers. But I imagine you could put this up in like a week or two.
All right, I need one in my backyard. I just want one.
Yeah. And then put my aging mother in one of these.
So I thought it was the second floor too, and it is absolutely a second floor. But I thought like you could see it from the inside of the shelter, but you can't. It's like an attic. This is, so unlike the one we left last night, which I did not get pictures of, this one, you don't take your life into your hands staying up here. And a window. Very cool. This is the coolest shelter, I think, on the whole AT, I've decided. Do this. Hold it. So I'm trying something new. Instead of selfie mode, I've just got my phone turned backwards, and we'll see if it works. Yeah, my daughter showed me this, and I saw some of the other young people doing it this way, and I thought, okay, maybe this is better. So yesterday, I tend to not do much updating when I'm hiking with other people. I think it's kind of rude, or I have to fall back and miss out. I'm a FOMO person, especially on this trail. There's just so much that happens. And so yesterday, I thought after I'm hiking, because I knew at the end of the day I'd be hiking alone again, and I thought, oh, I'll do this one long update. Well, that didn't happen, and I'll explain why in a bit. Okay, so I'm doing yesterday's recap. It's really day 37 for me, but I am doing the recap and putting it on yesterday's footage because I think I have all of 3 minutes of footage. So, yesterday, I got up super early, 5:30, because I knew I'd be saying goodbye to Fail and Roadhog and Gaslight. They were getting off trail at lunchtime, and Fail's wife was coming to town, which I've mentioned, and they were going to do lunch and then a dinner. And I knew, you know what, I don't know when I'm going to see these guys again. Now, yes, I've said it 1,000 times, the trail has a way of reuniting people. I know they're also going to trail days, so it's just going to put a big gap between us, and I just don't know when I'll see them again. So I said, you know what, let me get one last time to hike with you guys. And so Fail said, we're leaving at 7. We're leaving at 7. We ended up leaving at 7:20, but not because of me. I was ready. And so I got up at 5:30, which is very impressive. So I never get up at 5:30 at home, unless I'm catching an airplane to Aruba or something. Anyway, so so the morning started out, it was the most gorgeous morning, but I have footage of that for you. And then we came up over, there was this pasture, and I kept seeing like lots of cow pies. And I was like, is this pony pies or cow pies? I don't know. It was cows. And so the ponies are past us now, but it was cows. And what was really cool is there were actually brown cows. Now, I have only since being on this trail seen black cows. And at home, I only see brown cows. So I'm not sure what the difference is. Dairy cows, maybe? But anyway, there were brown cows yesterday. So I thought that was wild. But you know what? The way that the topography was, when I thought I might be closer to get pictures of cows, there was a big hill, and I got no pictures of the cows. But they were cute, and they were fun to see first thing in the morning. And then these guys are just so funny. The way they just interact with each other, it's like watching a great show. I love it. So that's why I wanted one more chance to hang out with them. And then, of course, my plan was not to go into town and go to lunch. My plan was to just keep going and do 20 miles. But as it would turn out, the longer I was with them, and we got there at 11:30, Fail wanted to be there by 12 because his wife would be there at 12. But we got to Partnership Shelter by 11:30, which I didn't realize. A couple of, maybe 100 steps further, I saw a parking lot to a visitor center, which actually was wicked cool. So we were able to, we could have charged our phones if I had dug out my charger soon enough, but didn't, not then. I realize holding my phone up high like this is painful. I want to switch hands, but I'm afraid. Oh, I've got a glove on it. See my glove? It's very cold in the morning, and sorry you're having to wait while I do this little modification, but so 100 steps further, and you know what? What I remembered, I think I kind of knew in the back of my head, but didn't say yesterday, was that I'm gonna try holding my phone now on this hand. But okay, phone is now successfully in the other hand, and look at this. All right, you can't look at this. Well, maybe you can look at this. Do you hear the buzzing? Wow. Okay, if you hear the buzzing, look. I don't know what you're seeing. It's a massive transformer. You hear that buzzing? I can't imagine that's good. It's good for electricity. I don't think it's good for me if I, stayed here a long time. I don't know. All right, there's, wow, look at, do you see this? I don't know if you're seeing this. I hope you're seeing this. And then it's just, obviously, just like power lines, it keeps going. But there are houses. Wow. Oh my. Are you seeing this sun? So this is the downside of holding your phone backwards. I don't know what you're seeing. I hope you're seeing the sun. It is bright, and it is beautiful, and it is warm. I love warm. I woke up so cold again this morning, but more on that later. Anyway, oh gosh, I am going to go right under this noisy little transformer. Look at, Wow. Okay. Um, so, what I remembered about Partnership Shelter is you can actually order a pizza, and because they have that parking lot right there, the pizza place delivers it. And you just have to, walk those few steps, collect it, and you can have the pizza delivered to your shelter. That is cool. Had I, had it worked out, I would have totally done that. But as I say, I got to the shelter way too early in the day. It was only 11:30. No way I was stopping for the night. But that's a cool thing. So if it just so happens that it works out for you, that you can spend the night at Partnership, you can order yourself a pizza. And that was the same pizza place that we ended up going to, because I didn't get there in my story yet. As the morning progressed, I became like sadder and sadder that I was going to miss out on these guys. And I said, oh, fine, you're talking me into going into town. With the intention of getting back on the trail same day. I didn't know how. It was a very fluid plan at that point because I had no idea what I was doing. Fail's wife gave us a ride to the pizza place, but how I was getting back was a mystery. So we Fail ended up going back. His wife got an Airbnb. They had two beautiful dogs. I got to meet them, Atlas and Baron. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dogs. So the dogs were super happy to see Daddy, and they wanted to get the dogs back to the Airbnb and then go to the pizza place. So sadly, I didn't get to have lunch with Becky, Fail's wife, and Fail. That was a sad part. But I did get to have it with Roadhog and Gaslight and another gal named High Visibility, High Vis, because she wears bright colors, right? Okay. So that was fun. But we totally overate. OMG. I ordered a large pizza, and I knew that was all I was going to get. The guys, they ordered dinner salads. I know when you order a salad, you don't know what you're getting. They were massive dinner salads with chicken on top, and then a large pizza. And they also got cheese sticks, which I knew, not cheese sticks, stop. It was like, I guess they were like a cheese stick. They were you know what it looked like? A large cheese pizza cut into strips. That's what it looked like. It's exactly what it was. Very thin crust. And so I knew better than to start picking at those. But the waitress brought those first, then the salads. And I'm like, I want my pizza. So I ate a couple of the cheesy things. But oh my gosh. Then my pizza comes. I should have got a small. I don't know what I was thinking. I definitely do not have this hiker appetite that other people have, because I could not finish a large pizza. And now what? Do I waste food? No. So I asked the waitress if there was any chance she could locate a gallon-sized Ziploc baggie. And I hauled that pizza out last night and ate it again for dinner. Of course, it was cold by that time, but whatever. So it was really, really great. Even though Fail and Becky were not there, I asked, because the other guys were staying. They were going to go out and spend the day and have dinner and the whole 9 yards. So they were definitely, chances were, oh, this is fun. Well, I was going to say chances were they weren't getting on the trail again till tomorrow, till today now. So I ended up catching a shuttle, and I'll get into that more in a minute, but this is very cool. I want to show you something. So I'm going to stop it and pick back up, but this looks very cool. So I like how this is working. It just takes a little extra editing because I have to, who cares? So I kind of like how this is working. It's just heavy to hold my phone up. It's so heavy. Anyway, okay, so yesterday. So I knew the guys were staying, and I knew Fail and Becky were going to the pizza place, though I missed them. So I asked one of them to just pay for their pizza as a thank you for the ride to the pizza place. And Becky also picked up for us, well, for me. Okay, everybody got some kind of beverage. I asked for chocolate milk, and she brought me this quart of chocolate milk. And you know, it was not like Walmart brand chocolate milk. It was like seriously rich, oh my gosh, thick, delicious chocolate milk. And I was just very, very grateful because, you know, don't get a lot of chocolate milk unless I get into town. So I was very, very grateful. And so she brought that. So as a thank you for all of it, I bought their pizza, which, you know, ended up being a surprise to them because I was long gone. But there was this guy. He was one table over. Obviously, he looked like a thru hiker. So Roadhog started a conversation, and he joined our table, and he had eaten. He's a little guy, like not little, but he's thin. Probably lost some weight out here. And he had just finished an extra large pizza. And Roadhog says, "You still hungry?" And he says, "Well, I'm not going to turn down food." So he had some cheese of the cheese sticky things, that cheese pizza thing. And then Roadhog gave him like a quarter of his pizza because Roadhog realized he'd bought a lot of food. So, here's where it's crazy. Here's where that stupid hiker brain fog, and honestly, I'm going to say that 1,000 times. My brain is working at half capacity. It knows, you know, problem solving and how to keep me safe on the trail, but that's what's functioning at high capacity. Remembering trail names and just pulling words. I love vocabulary. I love the right word to describe something, and spent years and years studying vocabulary so that I could pull that right word out, and I can't pull any words out right now. It's like I'm going, you know, that thing that, yeah, blah. So I believe this young man's name was Stubbs. When I see him again, if ever, I will correct it if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said Stubbs. Okay. So he joins us, and he asks about getting back to the visitor center where we would pick up the trail. And Roadhog, of course, explains that, yes, Trinity wants to as well. So he and I we had in the map system, it gave a number to call for a free shuttle for the town. What's really cool is the town offers this free shuttle that goes like, it'll stop at the pizza place, the Food City, then Walmart, then Food Lion, not to be confused with Food City, Food Lion, and Dollar General, and it will do all these hiker spots. And the shuttle is specific for hikers, because I know this one lady had a fistful of grocery bags, and he said, no, you'll have to wait for the next shuttle. I'm just doing hikers. So how cool is that? And what's really great is the town has obviously figured out that if they offer some way to get hikers in, we will spend our money there. So that worked out really well. So we're going to call him Stubbs until I find out if that's right or wrong. So Stubbs had made the phone call because it's in the map system. It said, call to arrange. And it was almost a little intimidating. Like, call to arrange? Like, it seemed like, we didn't know what we were doing. Oh my gosh, deer. Let me see if I can. This is the first deer I've seen. Oh, I don't know if you are seeing them. Where are they? Oh, they're way over. Oh, did you see them? Oh, good morning. Here, now I've turned my camera around. They stopped, so I'm going to try and zoom here. Oh, they just went in the woods. Dang. Oh, you can see their tails. Okay, well, that's fun. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see where oh, this is beautiful. Oh, God. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry I disturbed your breakfast, dears. Deers. Dear. Sorry I disturbed your breakfast. All right, but you can hear the little birdies chirping. Everybody's happy this morning. Big field. All right, so let's see. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. Let's be done with me for a few minutes. Oh, God, I can't. Look at that. Yeah, there's the sun. Oh, so. Okay, so I am almost done with yesterday's, yesterday in review. So Stubbs calls, like I said, I started to say it seemed intimidating. Like, I call and I arrange? Well, it's just like, well, then I have to be where by a certain time and And actually, I lied. It didn't pick us up at the pizza place. We had to walk 0.3 to Food City, and which is, obviously very close to the pizza place. So that worked out. I forgot. Pizza place was not one of the stops. Okay. That would have been way too good. But so Stubbs says, I called, we can get picked up at 1:50 at Food City. And I was like, that's fabulous. Perfect. We had an hour, for the pizza and everything. So that was great. And I thought maybe, just maybe, if I have enough time, I'll run in and grab peanut butter. I did not have enough time. Washed my hands like 30 times. So I put my pizza in the Ziploc baggie and went to pick it up, and I realized I had not zippered it closed and my pizza fell on my chair. I was like, are you kidding me? So now the chair's full of grease. But you know what? The 5-second rule in civilized society has turned into like a 5-minute rule out here. If somebody drops an M&M, it's fair game for like 5 minutes. So I pick up the pizza, throw it back in the Ziploc bag, zip it, and then asked the waitress for a cloth because I saw her cleaning a table. I said, I just made a mess. May I borrow your cloth? Wasn't going to make her clean it. So did that. Now, another thing I did. I'm usually, ask permission person. I like to follow the rules. I don't like to get in trouble. Like brushing your teeth in the kitchen and getting your hand slapped. Everybody brushes their teeth in the kitchen. Okay, at one of the hostels, don't think I told you this. At one of the hostels, I just started brushing my teeth in the kitchen area. A lot of people were brushing their teeth in the kitchen area, but I'm the one who got caught. So at 59 years old, I got my hand slapped and asked to please do that in the bathroom. I'm like, oops, okay. I guess we're not complete barbarians out here. Anyway, don't want to get in trouble. Hate getting in trouble, right? Like, who likes that? So, but I'm become something. I dug out my battery charger and my block and my battery charger or mobile charger, whatever, and my phone. And I just went over to the closest outlet and plugged it all in. And I said, you know what? Go ahead and tell me I can't, which nobody did. They all saw it. It was there. It was obvious. And no one said no. Now, will they say no on another day? I can't be sure. I think they're used to this. I think they know hikers come in, spend their money, and the least we can do is let them charge their devices. I'm not saying it's an automatic. I'm just saying they turned a blind eye while I was there doing it. So, yay. So I got a good amount of charge on my phone. And I thought of the mobile charger. I'm like, how stupid am I? I got my phone set up, and then like halfway through I went, and because I have 2 cords, and and my plug is a 2-plug. So I went and plugged in the mobile charger, which got, a couple more bars on it. So that was good. So then time came, Stubbs and I hoofed it over to the shuttle, the Food City, so we could get the shuttle. And it was fabulous. It was fabulous. It was comfortable. It was clean. They only made wicked quick stops. Like, my thing is, how many stops are they going to have to make before we get back to the parking lot, But it was quick, People were ready. They knew when the shuttle was coming. They jumped on. They jumped off, whatever. It was very quick. It was perfect. It's a well-oiled machine. And so at Walmart, Still Packing jumped on with Snoopy. So we got to see him, or them. And he told me that Portal and Sunshine and Conqueror and Ninja, I don't know. He just said my friends. So I'm putting them all in one clump. We're all at Walmart. He said, oh, we saw them. So I thought they were at least 2 days ahead, but apparently they're not. They're like right alongside me. So I'm not sure if they're slightly behind. I'm not sure if they're slightly ahead. Don't know where they are. Haven't seen them, but that's kind of neat. So again, trail has a way. Haven't seen them in days, 3 days, and yet there it is. So who knows? But I do know they're all going to trail days, which I have to get into. So I'll talk to you about trail days. Anyway, it got dropped right back off at the visitor center, to which Still Packing decided he was staying at the partnership because he was going to take advantage of a shower and just have a relaxed afternoon. I knew I needed to get a few more miles in, and there's a shelter, can't even remember the name of it, but it was 6.9, 7 miles away. So I knew I was going there. And Stubbs says, yeah, I think I'll do that too. I had said to Stubbs, like, please don't mistake me for rude. I'm going to be going quickly as my little legs can take me, because I don't like to get to the shelter late. And he understood that. So I said, so we'll hike together. But if I take off on you, please don't take it personally. It's not you. It's not you, it's me. So but the two of us, I didn't want to drink the chocolate milk in the pizza place. I thought that would be rude. So after stuffing my gullet full of pizza where there could literally be no more room, I did not want to be packing out a quart of chocolate milk. So I drank it. And that did me in. That pushed me right over that full line. And now my belly hurt. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was overfull at that point. It was delicious, but I was overfull. So I ended up loosening because my pack belt was like killing my belly. So I loosened that and let my shoulders take the weight until they hurt. And then by then I had climbed enough hills that my body had used up some calories or something, because my belly wasn't hurting anymore. That food was digesting. So that worked out well. I lost Stubbs. I don't know where. We were talking for a while, and then next thing I look back and he's not there anymore. I fully expected to see him at the shelter last night, but he did not get there. So I'm sure his plans changed. He found a spot maybe and just called it a day. Oh, look at that sun. Woo! So then I get to the shelter. Oh, no, this is great. I decide now that I've just topped off my phone, and my goal today, which I'll talk about when it's today's video and not yesterday's recap, I allowed myself some music on my phone. So I got my earbuds in, and I'm the only one out there as far as I know, right? So I am singing out loud some of the songs, passing the time, helps me to hike faster. And I'm just singing and singing. And I know I should be on top of this shelter by now. I know it's right around the corner. And what comes on the playlist but Judy Garland, right? My playlist is pretty comical. We've got everything from Linkin Park, Three Doors Down, Creed, Johnny Mathis, Carpenters, Judy Garland, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. We got it all. Like, it is the most eclectic, and Lifehouse, of course, and it is the most eclectic playlist ever. So Judy Garland comes on, and this is, Somewhere Over the Rainbows. I sing to my grandchildren, so I am just like in the moment, missing them, singing this song out loud, but with the earbuds in, right? So who knows what is coming out of my mouth? I have no idea. And I played it twice, and I'm singing, and then I see it through the trees. There's the shelter. And as it comes into view, there was one guy sitting with his legs over the edge, and I hear, "You have a beautiful voice." And I went, "No, I don't." And made worse with earbuds, so I can't even hear what's coming out of my mouth. And he goes, no, it was really pretty. And I said, "Oh, you are being far too kind. I appreciate it." Do you know what I was laughing later? I said, "You know what it's like? It's like when you get into town, all food tastes amazing because we've been just eating like packaged chicken and instant whatever. So when you get into town and have real food at a restaurant, it's just, all of it's amazing. 5-star, right?" And I said, so he hasn't heard any music in a while. So of course, all music he's hearing, 5-star. Anyway, and I laughed and I said, oh, and I joked about my playlist and that I sing this to my grandchildren. And I said, so obviously you heard me for a little bit. And he goes, you were echoing through the trees quite a ways back. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I had no idea. So here I am singing, probably on the top of my lungs because I love singing, even though I stink at it. And and he goes, actually, at first I thought, am I hearing voices? And then he said, no, somebody is out there singing. Anyway, he enjoyed it. I said, you are far too kind, but whatever. He turned out a very nice guy. Very, very, very nice guy, but going southbound. So I definitely will not see him again. His name was Footbridge. Very nice guy. He was the only other one at the shelter. There was another guy. He was in the tent, way the heck separate. And apparently he's been there for 4 days recovering from norovirus. Okay. Thank you for being, quarantined, because norovirus, I don't know if I've talked about it, is a real fear out here on the trail. And apparently there are bubbles, right? Bubbles are large groups of people traveling together. They all end up at the same shelters. They end up at the same campsites. They end up at the same hostels. And there is a bubble behind me and a bubble in front of me. And apparently Noro is making its way through those bubbles. I have somehow managed to stay right between them, as with the other people, right? Portal and Sunshine, and then the guys, Fail and Roadhog and Gaslight. So somehow we've managed to keep ourselves separate, but also another way to really prevent noro, or to, put all, odds in your favor of not getting it, is to wash your hands a lot. Oh, all right. I don't know what I did. I touched my phone and it shut off. So again, the way not to get noro, or to help really put odds in your favor of not getting it, is to just wash your hands. Sorry, my hand is numb. It happens. I'm sure I have a carpal tunnel problem, but I was going to try and get it dealt with before I came out on trail, but the doctor's telling me, oh, you have to go through this whole thing. First, we have to give you steroid shots, and then we have to do this, and then we have to do that. I'm like, gah, it's carpal tunnel, and nothing fixes it. So I'm not doing stupid steroids. Just give me the flipping surgery. Nope, it's not how it works. I said, well, then you know what? We'll deal with it when I get home. So yeah, my hand goes numb for various reasons, like holding a phone up or holding a coffee cup. Simple things. Anyway, okay. So get to the shelter, wicked nice guy, talked, and didn't do the update that I kept telling myself the whole time I was hiking alone and singing. I'll just do the update when I get to the shelter. But you know what? That never happens. And what's ironic is I tell myself I'm going to do it so often, and yet my track record for doing it is 0. So I should know by now that when I get to the shelter, I am not going to do it. And here's another thing what happens. The later in the day that I get, like right now it's the morning, and you feel like you got all the time in the world. Oh, I'm going to just talk for hours. And I'm looking right now, and it's probably like, I think I've gone on about yesterday for like 20 minutes. So I've definitely made up for the lack of feed yesterday. Okay. But you tell yourself you're going to. And then, of course, like I have this laundry list of chores I have to do once I get into camp. And it's just not going to get done. And I am not going to sit in my little space inside the shelter or off to the side and just record, right? I'm just not going to do it. So, yeah. So here I am. I do like to get all of it in one day, though. So, but thank you for bearing with me and allowing me to catch you up. As far as where I am on the trail, I don't know. I didn't look. But I will, you know what I will do? I'm going to hang up on this one because this will go with yesterday. And tomorrow you will get, sorry, you have to wait. You'll get an update. Or I could literally hang up and just give you a look at my map and give you a quick update. Maybe I'll do that. All right. Okay. I'm going to stop talking soon. Okay. Anyway, so as far as you know, we're putting a close on today. More later. More tomorrow. Bye. Really quick. to close out yesterday, I settled, or I should say landed and settled at Chatfield Shelter, which was at 541.4. All right. Talk to you later.